Welcome to Sci-Fi Saturday. I'm Scotty. You're not. And can we stop with the post-apocalyptic future movies? Can we just? Why do we keep doing these? There's just, I don't know. There's a lot of them since 1984. I think Terminator was not the first, but one of the first movies to show a post-apocalyptic future. And now every sci-fi movie has to have a post-apocalyptic future, you know, or a post-apocalyptic wasteland. You had Mad Max and a movie I'm going to talk about later, which is 12 Monkeys. I believe is a dystopic future. So it's just done to death. And this is another one of those. But it reminds me of Alita, Battle Angel, in a way that, the movie wasn't out yet, but the comic was, graphic novel, whatever. And that it is two different societies. People down on Earth living in the slumps, and then up on it, living in the dumps, really. And up there on Elysium, it's like a paradise. It's a normal place. And it's, yeah. And much like it would be in that society, everyone on Elysium, they get all the best medical care. They have these medical devices. And down there on Earth, they have nothing. People are dying, cancer, and not getting treated because everything good in medical supplies is up there, and that is the main situation. So Matt Damon plays Max, the guy who gets radiation poisoning while on the job and then gets fired. He then seeks out a medical machine to cure himself before the radiation kills him. Now, with that premise, you have the idea for what could be a great kind of film, kind of like Crank, where he has a certain amount of time. They say it'll kill him in about 2 days or so. So he has like a couple days, 48 hours to get there. Wherein with Crank, he's got to keep on shocking himself to get the adrenaline pumping so he doesn't crash. So eventually I'll do the sequel. I keep pushing that and pushing that. It's being like the first sequel-a-thon. I keep pushing it and pushing it. But anyway, for Crank, there's no sequel for this, but yeah, you'd think it would work. Unfortunately, this one was not as good as District 9. It's not bad. It's still pretty good. It still looks real good. It's not shaky cam anymore. It's actually a very well done film. The first District 9 was 2009. This is 2013, so 2013, whichever way you want to say. However, it comes across as another one of those kind of films. I just watched Total Recall remake. It's kind of like that too. He's on the run. People are chasing him. He's trying to complete his mission. But partway through the film, his mission changes. Yeah. With like a half hour left of the movie, his mission goes from he's trying to save himself to now he's trying to save this little girl who has cancer. In fact, by the end of the film, he sacrifices himself because he has this information they need to extract that they got from his boss, William Fichtner, and they need to extract it from him. And because the plot says so, when you extract something from someone, they die. Because the plot says so. And so he has to sacrifice himself to get that information out, and they eventually heal the little girl. Yeah, and the movie. I'm not done talking about it though, of course, but it does kind of fall off. On the other side of things, so with the Matt Damon plot side of things, it's really good until he changes what his motivation is, not to save this little girl. Not that I wouldn't try to save the little girl, but I was trying to the whole thing is that he's trying to make sure he also lives to cure himself of that radiation. And then it's like, oh, well, that's his whole plot motivation for the whole film, is to get cured of that radiation. And I was like, oh, well, you take it out, you're going to die. Okay, just save the little girl. Doesn't that doesn't that throw away the entire reason he was doing this? I'm just saying, on the opposite side, we have a very stale, boring villain in Jodie Foster's soon-to-be Madame President, who is just this boring, stuffing, kill them now kind of villain through most of the film. Partway through the film, we're introduced to Charlotte Copley as Kruger. And he's this for-hire mercenary who doesn't care about the rules. And he's one of those, he just keeps showing up to try to stop Matt Damon. But with 25 minutes left of the movie, there's a big dynamic switch. He kills Jodie Foster and becomes the main villain of the film. And from this point on, we have a villain that is fucking awesome. He's still speaking in his native accent, but it's fine because he really puts us all into it. And he goes all out, trying to take on Matt Damon. And yes, at one point, Matt Damon puts on that metal exoskeleton suit. I think it's to help him survive the radiation for as long as he can. I don't remember. Who cares? It's an exosuit. It looks pretty cool. To help him get to Elysium. Yeah. It's pretty cool. You have Diego Luna of Andor, which I realize is his last name on the movie and on the show, not where he's from. Still unnecessary, but he's in this. He doesn't last long. The other Hispanic guy in this, well, I've seen in something else. He's helping him out, and he actually is one that helps out the little girl who's the daughter of Alice Braga's character, Frey. By the way, Frey is Fry. It's pronounced Fry. Trust me, I got family with that last name and it's pronounced Fry, but I guess Frey. I don't know, maybe it's a Spanish pronouncement, Frey. I don't know, but I got people with that. I know I have relatives with that last name and it's pronounced Fry. So, just saying. But yeah, and I got confused because I remember seeing like a trailer with waterfalls and shit, and then I realized, no, that's Oblivion with Tom Cruise and Morgan Freeman, not this one. So I was thinking of the wrong movie the entire time. I think Matt Damon is pretty good in this film. Like I said, he has a steady mission. The action, while not being as action-packed as you think it would be, because it's a sci-fi film, is actually done pretty well. And I gotta give it, the cinematography is a step up from District 9 because it's not shaky cam anymore. It's a regular style camera, so it's done pretty well. So that works. And I like his motivation. But then, it's like, I don't know what they were thinking, because like his whole motivation is he has to do this so he can cure his radiation. But then it flips on a dime to, we gotta save this little girl because she has cancer, she has leukemia. And this girl is introduced with like 45 minutes left of the film. And all of a sudden, and she gets captured because they get captured because of Kruger. And then all of a sudden, because they're all being brought up to Elysium, okay, we can save this little girl now. And so that becomes the mission. And even to the point where he no longer cares about his radiation. Look, I try to save the little girl too, but I'm trying to get my radiation too. And to the point where it's like, oh, you extract that important information, you're going to die. In my opinion, that's fucking stupid. It's like, oh, if they extract that information, you're going to die. No, you're going to die. No, you're going to die because the plot says so. You're going to be a martyr for these people and create a better society because Elysium is now for the entire world now because of what you've done. So you're sacrificing yourself, and it's another cliche like the dystopian future I just don't care for. To be a hero, you must sacrifice yourself. But now this hero doesn't get to see the world he's helped created because he dies. There's no gratification for what he's done. He dies knowing that he's maybe helped out, but he doesn't know for sure. He gets no gratification, and he doesn't get to see all what has happened, what's going to happen. Just get the scene of it, because now he has to die because the script says so. It's stupid. It's not needed at all. Age. Hold on. I also feel like, even though Sharlto Copley, he's in most of the film chasing him down, he's not the main villain. And I think they, maybe Neil Blomkamp, whoever was writing this thing, realized, I think that his character is a better villain. Because you have this lady, she has, Jodie Foster's character. She's sort of the main villain of the film at first. And at one point, they realized that her character maybe wasn't working, and so they just killed her off. And you know what's gonna happen too, because she walked in, and she asked Kruger if he's okay. He's like, and she's like talking to him. We need to do it a different way. We need to do it another way. And this, you understand? Can you hear me? Did you hear me? I heard you. We're gonna do things my way. And it does that stupid kind of stab where it's like, and it's not in a stab into the throat. It's in like an in-out stab. That's kind of stupid. Even for horror movies, you just go like, and she bleeds out. It's like, hey, that's great. The villain we've been trying to get invested in this entire film, she's dead now. Now we follow him, who's now the villain, because honestly, it's a better confrontation, honestly, because what would she do? Have a business meeting? Another thing that frustrates me is they do the cliche of, because they're so high-tech in Elysium, they know every time something happens. So they show at the beginning of this, someone tries to come up there, boop, 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 and they're stopped. And then later, when they tried to come up there again and try to do it again, they're sensed right away. And it baffles me as to why people keep trying to go up there if they know they're going to get stopped right away because they have those sensors. Get rid of the sensors. And eventually I think they do, but I don't know. No, because they get brought up there intentionally because they're ordered to be brought up there. Trigger brings them up, but I don't know. It's just way too much security stuff going on. If you ever wonder what that noise was? My Blu-ray player shutting down. I had the disc. I forgot to remove it. Overall, I thought this was decent. I'm gonna give it a middle of the road. It's not as good as District 9. I thought it worked for the most part, but again, there was that switch. It was a double switch, because we go from following Matt Damon's story to all of a sudden, he no longer matters to survive because he's going to die because the plot says he has to die now anyway, and save this little girl. And then, we're following Jodie Foster, the villain. No, guess what? She's dead now, and Sharlto Copley's now the villain. Which, he is a better villain. I'm not complaining. It just, why wasn't he presented as the main villain the entire time instead of following stuffy businesswoman villain? Right? And again, another thing is, so they attack the ship that William Fichtner is on because he has the information. But again, going back to the security thing, as soon as it's attacked, they know it's been attacked, and somehow she knows exactly why they're attacking him, so they gotta stop them from getting the information. No, your characters know too much. You don't want it makes them OP'd, overpowered, when they know too much because they have all this technology. They have all this technology and they get alerted, sure. But the fact that she knows exactly why he was attacked and why they want him, no, that's bullshit. That's too much. No, that's knowing too much. No. It's just So it's the middle of the road, but it's not bad. When I watch it again, sure, they're on the background. Why not? I have 2 copies of it technically, because I also have it's included in a Looper and in this three disc set I have Looper, Elysium, Total Recall. So, yeah. So, what are your thoughts on Elysium? Leave a comment below. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. I'm Scotty, and I'll see you in the next one.